Hey guys, I'm Brad.
And this is Mary.
And welcome to Fitness Tested.
This week we are talking about the Nike Vaporfly Next 3. So this is a brand new shoe. It is the third version of Nike's probably most iconic racing shoe,
I would say
the
so.
Vaporfly. It is designed for the half marathon and marathon distances, and it has had a couple of updates, a couple of facelifts. It is overall the same great shoe that we are used to. So we'll jump into a couple of the updates and things that we noticed trying it on and putting it through its paces. I think overall this shoe, as you can see, looks pretty different compared to version 2. It did have a nice little facelift. It still kind of has the offset laces here. So if you liked that and the way that it locked down on your foot, it hasn't really changed much. That mesh upper, I think, is probably even lighter weight than it used to be. It's definitely more breathable, so if you tend to get hot, or if you're using this during the summer for summer road racing, it definitely is a little bit more breathable, more airy. The other thing that has kind of changed is the midsole and outsole. You can see that there has been a cutout in the shoe now, so you can see the plate. It is fully visible. Speaking of the plate, it is still a full-length carbon fiber plate that runs through the shoe. Brad, do you want to talk about some of the updates that they did with the newest version?
Yep, so we do think once we've tried it on, we do feel like the plate geometry has changed a little bit. Nike's been very, very hush-hush on a lot of things as far as the specs go, but we did put it on against the Vaporfly 2, and we put it on against the Alphafly. And so the shape of the plate is very different compared to the Vaporfly 2. The geometry, just the feel of what the plate is, that's sandwiched in between the two layers of the ZoomX foam. The other thing that really is kind of funky with the new design, they did again cut that out to kind of save a little bit of weight in the midsole there. The thing that I probably say is the best update is if you look at the underside of both, the Vaporfly Next 3 is wider through the heel. And so for a lot of people, they did struggle because that heel was so narrow in the Vaporfly Next 2, very long name. But what they did is they widened this out through here compared to here, and it adds a little bit of stability. I wouldn't say that it's a support shoe by any means, but they added a little bit of stability to the way that the shoe performs overall once the kind of the form gets tired, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I tried this on, and again, I agree with Brad. I think it's feeling a little bit more stable, or at least a little bit more maneuverable. I would feel much more comfortable running with it, taking a sharp turn. It's just a little bit better. The other thing that I really like is the outsole. So it did have an outsole redesign on this shoe. So I think it is a lot better. We're actually going back to the waffle design on the outsole. Now supposedly what Nike tells us is the outsole is actually a little bit thinner than the Next 2. However, I do think because of the new design here, it is holding up a little bit better with wet conditions or not so favorable road racing conditions. So I would say if you are planning on doing a race and you don't know if it's going to be rainy or what the roads will look like, I would say that this one definitely gives you a little bit more grip and kind of helps you hold on to the pavement a little bit better.
Now, when it comes to the racing shoe line, the Vaporfly has been kind of the gold standard and the thing that it's the white whale that every other company is actually kind of going after. The Vaporfly Next 2 is the one that you see so many folks wearing. We did a really quick side-by-side comparison between the Vaporfly 3, so the new version of the Vaporfly, against the Alphafly, and a couple of the differences that we did notice is the Alphafly is weighing in about 1.5 ounces heavier than what the new Vaporfly is. So we're talking, and this is a women's size 10 on both. The Alphafly is coming in about 7.5 ounces, where the Vaporfly Next 3 is coming in just a hair over 6 ounces. And so what you do notice though is there's going to be a lot of difference as far as the amount of cushion underneath the foot. The Alphafly is going to be the most you're going to get. The Vaporfly dials it back just a little bit, but an ounce and a half,
that can make a really big difference.
It can make a huge difference. And realistically, between the Vaporfly Next Percent 2 and the 3, there's a lot of really, really good updates. If you are a fan of the 2, you're going to absolutely love the 3.
For sure. I think my last thing that I would say is, I think the toe off on this shoe feels a little bit better. I know some people really liked that aggressive feel with the 2. I didn't really care for it. I liked that it definitely got me up on my toe well, but it just felt like it was a little bit abrupt and that there wasn't as much cushioning. Now on this one, I feel like it still gets you there. It gets you up on your toe, but it does a little bit of a better job. It's a little bit more smooth and there's just a hair more cushion. So I definitely appreciated that.
So we do have the Vaporfly Next Percent 3 available online and at all 3 locations. Very limited size run on those. So if you want to get in on the new products from Nike, the Vaporfly 3 Next Percent, those are available for $250. That's MSRP price. Available online at shop.fitnesssports.com and a limited size run available at all 3 locations. If you have never tried a racing shoe, but you want to get in on the game, we do have a very limited size run left on the Vaporfly Next Percent 2 available online at shop.fitnesssports.com and at all 3 locations as well.
All right, guys, this has been Fitness Tested. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment if you'd like, and keep up to date with all of our new shoe reviews.